Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Belle again. So today, we're going to talk about the House GOP getting their budget resolution and what's next. Okay, first, despite commentary to the contrary, Republicans in the House did not pass a budget or adopt a budget or anything like that. This is not normal legislation. This is an attempt to use the budget reconciliation process. They have finally successfully completed the first step of multiple steps. They basically agreed on a rough sketch of what they want to do. This gives directives to the various House committees. If you haven't seen the explainer on budget reconciliation yet, now might be a good time to watch it. It'll be below. The next step is for the various committees to hammer out the details and dollar amounts of what's getting cut and spent where. Each committee does their part. Then all of their plans get metaphorically stapled together and voted on. Then it goes to the Senate, and the Senate has to go through it. Over in the Senate, there's also a process known as a bird bath that can disqualify parts of budget reconciliations, which has the possibility of tanking the whole plan. Okay, so this isn't a done deal yet, but what did every Republican, except for Representative Massey of Kentucky, vote for? Billions upon billions in cuts to Medicaid and billions upon billions in cuts to SNAP. Massey didn't vote for it because he's a fiscal hawk. How did he describe the plan? Quote, "The GOP budget extends the 5-year tax holiday we've been enjoying. But because it doesn't cut spending much, it increases the deficit by over $300 billion per year, compared to letting tax cuts expire. Over 10 years, this budget will add $20 trillion to U.S. debt." That's a Republican telling you flat out these cuts to the aid for the Americans who need it the most are absolutely not happening to cut the debt or the deficit. It's to offset part of the cost of tax breaks. At one point, while talking to reporters, Massey was literally waving the talking points of the Republican leadership and started reading off the increase in the deficits for this year and those coming. Each year he read was in the hundreds of billions of dollars. He said those were the rosiest estimates and indicated he didn't believe them, expecting the numbers to be much higher. So at this point, despite the headlines and the commentary you'll see this week, the damage to Medicaid and SNAP isn't a done deal. There's still a lot of steps to go through, but every single Republican in the House, except for one, signaled that they were absolutely ready to do that damage. And they aren't even cutting the debt or deficit in the process. That was just something to get their base on board with trading healthcare for tax cuts for the rich. Expect a lot of commentary and coverage on this as it progresses. Tens of millions of Americans need to either convince their reps not to move forward with the next steps or start figuring out what they're going to do. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.